Hare Krishna, friends. Happy Janmastami. We're glorifying Lord Krishna's birth today. Very happy day, very auspicious day. And we are all involved in hearing and chanting the glories of Lord Krishna's birth. Leading up to his birth, the demigods are praying for Krishna to come into the womb of Devaki. And he's appearing to the pleasure of his devotees, Paritranaya sadhanam vinashaya chaduskritam. For the pleasure of his devotees, he's coming onto the earth planet to have his pastimes. Also to vanquish the demoniac living beings. As Krishna says in the Gita, there are two types of humans, the demoniac and the divine. Historically, we know that the demigods and demons are always struggling within our universe. And the demoniac qualities are listed in the Bhagavad Gita in the 16th chapter. Dambo darpo abhimanasya krodha paryushyame vacha agyana chabijatasya partha sampradim asurim. That they're very proud, they're very conceited, they're very harsh, they're very angry, and they are against the existence of God. So the demigods and the demons were having a huge battle on the beach of the Milk Ocean, which is one of the oceans in the area called Bhumandala, where the sun's rays extend. It's called the Bhumandala. Sometimes when they say Earth, they're referring to the Bhumandala. Sometimes when they say Earth, it's referring to our particular planet. So there was one great warrior called Kalanemi, and he was fighting on the side of Bali Maharaj, the king of demons, fighting against the demigod. And as these demigods and demons were killing each other, Sukracharya was reviving them back to life. The demigods also were being rejuvenated by Brihaspati. So ultimately, Kalanemi was killed by Lord Vishnu, who was riding on his carrier Garuda. Now we go to the pastimes of Lord Krishna. At the end of Dwapara Yuga, Devaki and Vasudeva had taken birth. They were previously Sutapa and Prishni, and they were also the parents Aditi and Kasyapa of Lord Vamanadev. So they appeared at different times in different millennia. Prishni Garbha appeared as the son of Sutapa and Prishni. They had performed thousands of years of austerities, celestial years, to have the Lord as their son. We know that Lord Vamanadev appeared to defeat Bali Maharaj during this time when Bali had conquered the universe. Bali Maharaj, although was born in the family of demons, he was actually a great devotee of the Lord. As we know, he's one of the 12 Mahajans, as is his grandfather Prahlad. So here we have the marriage of Devaki and Vasudeva, and as they're on the chariot, her brother Kamsa was driving the chariot, taking Devaki to the groom's house, Vasudeva. And on the way there, a voice from the sky declared that, "You fool Kamsa, don't you know that the 8th child of Devaki will kill you? He is Lord Vishnu, and he will kill you." So immediately Kamsa became enraged, and he grabbed Devaki's hair, and he took out his sword, and he was about to cut her head off. He was about to kill his own sister on her marriage day. However, Vasudeva intervened, being a very diplomatic person. He's a son of King Surasena, and he himself was in the Kshatriya dynasty. He was a king with 16 wives. He convinced Kamsa through diplomatic arguments, "It's not good for your reputation to kill your sister on her marriage day. What what kind of karma will you attract by doing this? Who will be pleased? The devas won't be pleased. So Kamsa was convinced, and Vasudeva said, let me try to save my wife, Devaki. So he said, there's the eighth child means that within a few years, the eighth child will appear, and then perhaps you can prepare yourself over these years, get ready to kill the eighth child. Of course, no one can kill Lord Vishnu or Krishna. So the demigods previous to this had come to Lord Vishnu on the ocean of milk with Lord Brahma, and Mother Bhumi, the personification of the earth planet, the demigoddess of the earth planet, was saying that there are so many demons who appeared on this area, on this planet, and they were causing so much grief and misery due to their elimination of Dharma, of Vedic culture, of Vedic practices, Vedic sacrifices, Brahminical culture, protection of cows, etc. Kamsa became a very powerful demon. He aligned himself with many, many other demons. Jarasandha, for example, was a very powerful demon. And Kamsa married his two daughters. He also imprisoned his own father, Ugrasena, who was a very devoted king to Lord Krishna. And he subjugated many dynasties, the Bhoja dynasty, the Yadu dynasty, the Andaka dynasty. He controlled all these kings who were actually pious kings, devotional kings. And he took control of the entire world by aligning himself with demons like Shishupal, Rukmi, Bhaumasura, Jarasandha, Shalva, etc., Dantavakra, so many demons. And they were ruling the world based on their adharma or atheistic principles. So Kamsa decided that he would imprison Devaki and Vasudeva within his castle. So he took them and he put them in prison, chained them up. And we know that Devaki and Vasudeva, they were living in prison, but they were kept having children, sons. There were 6 sons who were all born, one after the next, year after year, and they were all slaughtered by Kamsa. Now, these 6 sons had been cursed to take birth, and then once being killed by Kamsa, they would be liberated. That's another story. Now, the 7th son was actually Sankarshan decided to appear. Lord Krishna had ordered that his sister Yogamaya, Subhadra, and his brother Balaram should appear prior to his appearance. So it's described in the 10th canto, and there's a summary study of this. Srila Prabhupada produced Krishna book. And in here, he describes that from Vasudeva's mind, Lord Balaram appeared within his mind, not by seminal in discharge, but simply by his power. He entered into the heart or mind of Vasudeva and then transferred from the womb of Devaki into the womb of Rohini, one of the 16 wives of Vasudeva, who were being sheltered in Vrindavan by Nanda Maharaja due to the atrocities of Kamsa. Vasudeva really didn't trust Kamsa with his other wives. So Rohini became full of transcendental radiance when Balaram entered her womb. He took birth prior to Lord Krishna. Now, Krishna also ordered Yogamaya, who has many potencies, and he required her to exert many of her potencies here during his pastimes. So Yogamaya, she was transferred to the womb of Mother Yashoda from the mind of Nanda Maharaj. So she appeared on the same day that Krishna appeared in the womb of Devaki. So Devaki was presented a four-armed feature of baby Krishna with the conch, the club, the disc, and lotus flower. And immediately her maternal instincts felt that, oh, my dear Lord, if you appear in this Vishnu form, Kamsa will see and try to kill you immediately. Please manifest your two-armed form as a beautiful baby. So Krishna manifested his two-armed form. However, by Yogamaya's potency, the guards all fell asleep. We know that all the various creatures on earth realized that Lord Krishna was appearing, and everything was very auspicious. The birds, the bees, they were humming in the night. We know that Krishna, he appeared at the Astami hour, which is 12 midnight. Why is that? Well, actually, Krishna had taken birth on the 8th month, not the 9th month. He prematurely appeared, and the moon wasn't quite full. But when the moon realized that Lord Krishna, who had appeared from the moon dynasty, the Yadu dynasty, that he was appearing early, the moon suddenly became fully effulgent. The various planets were all became very exuberant and happy. All the creatures around the Earth planet also became very, very happy. And so it was extremely auspicious when Krishna appeared. Now Yogamaya arranged that the guards of Kamsa would fall asleep and that the shackles of Vasudeva would be released and the doors out of the palace, out of the castle, the prison, would be opened, and Krishna was taken up by Vasudeva, and he decided to take Vasudeva decided to take Krishna, his son, across the Yamuna River to Vrindavan, to Gokula. So because of the wonderful happiness of all the elements, great beautiful rainstorm came to shower Lord Krishna. After all, it's described by one Acharya that when a child comes out of the womb, usually he has to be washed. So when Vasudeva brought Krishna, he was washed by the beautiful rains. However, Lord Sheshanag, he also appeared there to shelter Vasudeva and Krishna as they went across the Yamuna River. The Yamuna River was also very happy to have Krishna crossing her, so she became very swollen. She was swelling up and her waves were trying to catch Krishna. So Krishna crossed the river, and by Yogamaya potency, Vasudeva put baby Krishna next to Mother Yashoda, who was exhausted from childbirth and was sleeping and in the palace of Nanda Maharaja. And Vasudeva picked up Yogamaya, Subhadra, the sister of Krishna, and brought her back to the prison of Kamsa. And then the shackles were replaced and the doors were locked. The guards heard the baby crying and called Kamsa. So then Kamsa came in to the jail, the prison, and he saw this beautiful baby. It wasn't a boy, it was a girl. And of course, it was supposed to be a boy that would kill Krishna. So when Kamsa decided, it doesn't matter, I'm going to kill this baby anyway, I won't take any chances, he picked that baby up and was about to throw her on the stone floor and dash her brains against the stone floor. However, the baby rose up in the air with 6 arms, a manifestation of Durga. She said, "You fool, Kamsa, the 8th child, the son of Devaki, has already appeared, and he's hidden somewhere in this area, in Vrindavan area, and you will be killed by him." So then Kamsa became very fearful, and day and night he was always thinking, When will my nemesis come to kill me? I better send all my allies to go to Vrindavan, to the area of Gokula, and kill all the newly born babies, the male children uh, in Vrindavan. So in this way, demons were being sent by Kamsa to kill the Lord. So that is the some basics about the appearance of birth of Lord Krishna. Devaki was offering wonderful prayers, and Vasudeva were offering wonderful prayers to the Lord. She was saying that although all the universes are contained within your abdomen as Shridakshay Vishnu, you somehow appear in my womb, although you are the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the super soul of all living beings. So in this way, wonderful prayers were being offered by Vasudeva and Devaki during the birth appearance of Lord Krishna. So this is very auspicious. Then Krishna spent 125 years on this planet. He was accompanied by many, many personalities came to enrich his pastimes. Sages of the Danda forest during the time of Lord Ram, they prayed to Lord Ram that they wanted to have experienced the wonderful intimate pastimes of Krishna in Vrindavan, where no one knows that he's God. He's covered by the Yogamaya potency. And they wanted to appear as gopis to taste madhurya ras, or loving exchanges in conjugal love. Also, Vedas personified appeared. All the demigods from various planets, they also appeared in various dynasties. The Yadu dynasty, the Bhoja dynasty, the Andaka dynasty, the Vrishni dynasty. They all appeared as associates of Lord Krishna to enrich his pastimes. So these wonderful things have so many unlimited different avenues of understanding and different side stories that are going on. When Krishna appears, he doesn't come alone. He comes with his entire entourage who enrich his pastimes, who embellish his pastimes. So many the various daughters of demigods, even daughters from lower planets of inhabitants would appear to engage in Lord Krishna's wonderful pastimes. So today is the appearance of Lord Krishna. It is a great moment for celebration, an opportunity for us to practice some Janmastami Vrat and continue hearing and chanting the glories of Lord Krishna throughout the day. On Janmastami, Srila Prabhupada would gather his disciples when he was in America, even when he was in India in 1974. And he would simply go on reading Krishna book throughout the day and night, reading the various wonderful pastimes of Lord Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. In this way, one who develops this eagerness to hear and glorify the wonderful pastimes of Lord Krishna is guaranteed to go back home, back to the spiritual world where Krishna abides. Thank you, Hare Krishna.